I have been teaching at the same school for 20 years. During that time, I have witnessed the steady expansion of English language learners in the classroom. When I first began teaching, a vast majority of those students spoke Spanish, with quite a few who spoke Russian or an Arabic language. Over the last 20 years, this distribution has changed. In my school district, we have over 54,000 students, of which 6,000 are ELL students, roughly even with the national trend for just over 9% of the students being ELL. We have added students to our classrooms from all over the globe. Spanish speakers still are the most prevalent in our ELL students, but the number of languages spoken by multiple students has increased substantially. At my school, we have students from 70 different countries, and they speak 40 different languages. We embrace this diversity and consider it to be one of our greatest strengths. With this diversity comes significant challenges. I have had classes where among my 32 students, I have had as many as 24 ELL students. Some of those were non-English speakers. In one class, I remember particularly well, I had 9 students that spoke no English. There were 4 who spoke Spanish, and luckily there were several bilingual students to pair them up with. Unfortunately, I had no one to pair up with the 5 students who spoke French, Cantonese, Urdu, Karlic, or Hogalish. Currently in my classes, I teach 180 students. Of these, 28% or 51 students are English language learners, almost 3 times the national average. Only 5 are non-English speakers. In my classes, I have a total of 15 students who have been identified as needing a reading plan. Of these 15 students, 10 are ELL. Let's break that down. Of my 180 students, a total of 15 are on a reading plan. That is 8% of my students that are significantly impacted in their reading skills. Of my 51 ELL students, 10 of them are on a reading plan. That's 20% of my ELL students on a reading plan, double the number of the total for students who are in my class. Since there are only 5 non-ELL students on a reading plan, and there are 125 non-ELL students, that means only 4% of the non-ELL kids are on a reading plan. What makes this more significant is that these kids were placed on reading plans in elementary school, so they have been behind in their reading skills for the last 2 years. The classic concept of equity versus equality is not an appropriate measure for these kids. It is not just a matter of giving them support to see over the barriers. These kids are starting with a smaller skill set and at a lower level. They need something more. As a technology teacher, this is just one of the equity issues that we face. Technology teachers and most elective teachers do not get co-teachers to help them with the curriculum modification or in-class support for English language learners. We depend on our skills and hope that our high-interest subject matter may draw the students into engagement. This is no simple task. It requires the use of text and images and demonstrations, all put together in a single source so the students can work at their own pace and feel success. It requires hunting down as many multimedia resources as possible to give these kids a fair shot at gaining the knowledge we know they want, and to make it accessible not just to the ELL students, but to other students who might benefit from this delivery. We are always looking for ways to even the playing field and eliminate barriers so that all students can see their way to a successful education.